I want to build a very strong position here. It will be my first fight on Saturday, and after this fight, I want to fight other girls, to build my. Be active. I want to fight and build my position.
Martina Shevchenko just dropped a bombshell on the fight world. The Polish Muay Thai powerhouse isn't just chasing one championship gold. She's sending a fierce warning to PFL superstar Dakota Dicha. I'm coming to kill you. This isn't hype or idle talk. Martina is determined to become the first Polish world champion in one championship and is calling out one of the most feared women outside the promotion to prove she's the real deal. After her latest win, she made her ambitions crystal clear. She wants to be the first Polish world champion and is doing everything possible to reach the top. She didn't stop there, going further to declare that she would take down Dakota Dicha, the undefeated PFL superstar and a rising star in MMA. That's not just confidence. It's a full-on declaration of war. For those who don't know, Martina Shevchenko is a Polish Muay Thai machine, competing in one championship's atomweight division. She's been carving a path of destruction with her brutal striking and relentless pressure. Her Muay Thai is precise, her aggression unmatched, and her goal is crystal clear: to become the first Polish world champion in one. After her victory over Yu Yao in March 2025, she doubled down on her hunger, declaring she'll fight anyone to climb the ranks and prove she belongs at the very top. But here's where things explode. Martina didn't just talk about any fighter. She went straight for Dakota Dicha, the undefeated PFL knockout artist who's been dominating everyone in her path. Martina is basically saying, I don't care if you're a superstar. I'll break you too. Dakota has been hailed as the next big thing in women's MMA, with stars like Kayla Harrison calling her the future of the sport. But Martina doesn't buy into the hype. She wants to expose Dakota, shatter her aura, and show the world that one championship striker hits differently. Let's be real. This fight may not happen tomorrow. Dakota rules the PFL cage. Martina dominates in one. But the fact that Shevchenko is already targeting Dakota tells us something bigger. She doesn't just want a championship. She wants to be the face of global women's combat sports. If the two ever met, it would be pure violence. Dakota's slick striking and killer instinct versus Martina's relentless Muay Thai and Polish grit. A dream fight for fans, a nightmare for whoever loses. This rivalry, even if it's only words for now, shows how far women's combat sports have come. Fighters aren't just chasing belts. They're challenging the best across the globe. Martina Shevchenko isn't just aiming for the one atomweight title. She's aiming at legends and hype machines like Dakota Dicha. So the question remains, was this just talk, or does Martina really have what it takes to destroy PFL's golden girl? She's young, hungry, violent, and sending a brutal message. Dakota, I'm coming to kill you. Could Martina actually dethrone PFL's rising star, or is Dakota too much for once Polish warrior? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more fight news, breakdowns, and the most brutal MMA callouts.
Truly believe that I could win that fight, and I could win that fight, and I go out there and do everything I can to win that fight, and I believe it would be a fight, and I believe that I would win that title.
Macy Barber just sent a bombshell message straight at Dakota Dicha, and trust me, this one could shake up the entire women's flyweight division. Barber isn't just calling Dakota out. She's making it personal, boldly declaring, I'd beat you, I'd take your hype, and I'd take that title. Tonight, we break down Macy's explosive call-out, Dakota Diva's undefeated rise, and why this potential clash could become the most electrifying women's showdown in years. Macy Barber, nicknamed The Future, made her professional debut in 2017. Just a year later, she earned her UFC contract on Dana White's Contender Series with a third-round TKO, and she's been chasing greatness ever since. Barber holds the second most knockouts in UFC flyweight history and is tied for the third most wins in the division with 8. Despite a few setbacks along the way, her confidence has never wavered.
By TKO or KO, I will tell you the KO. I will tell you the confidence that she's going to have now getting up is going to be unbelievable. And there it is.
Beautiful knee from the plum.
And Jessica taking Jenna Bishop back to her feet and goes immediately on the attack.
Bishop in trouble.
And that does it.
First round finish at Dakota Dicha, silent finish.
And then there's Dakota Dicha, the undefeated wrecking machine. Fans call her Dakota F-seeking Dicha. For a reason, every fight is pure violence. Every performance hyped sky high. She's the undefeated star who many believed would dominate the PFL forever, until she shocked the world by signing with the UFC. Right now, Dakota Diva is the new Golden Girl, Dana White's marquee project for the women's flyweight division. But Macy Barber isn't buying the hype.
More body shots. Body shots. This one's there you go. First round finish for Dakota Dicha. And it was the body work that really did.
And Mesa just dropped the bomb. I'd go in there, do everything I can, and I'd win that fight. I believe I'd beat Dakota Dicha. That's not a casual comment. That's a straight-up call-out. And the timing couldn't be more perfect. Dakota's rise is dominating headlines, but Barber has been grinding, stacking wins, and sending a clear message to the UFC. Don't forget who built this division. This isn't just a fight. It's a war of eras. On one side, Dakota Dicha, undefeated, flashy, and the new rising star. On the other, Macy Barber, the veteran, the proven finisher, and a fighter tested in UFC wars. Dakota has never faced anyone like Barber, and Barber has never had a chance to steal hype this massive. Imagine the UFC promo. The future versus the undefeated. A clash that sells itself.
February. We have Dakota Dicha versus Weili Zhang for the flyweight UFC championship.
Even her against Valentina, I would love to see. I think that would be a great striking match as well. And I think it'd be interesting because she beat Tyler Santos, who arguably could have beat Valentina without a headbutt.
Dana White loves this kind of drama. He's building Dakota as the next superstar, but he also knows fans crave real rivalries. If Macy Barber keeps pushing, Dana might have no choice but to book the fight. Let's be honest. Dakota Dicha can crush contenders, but can she survive a seasoned UFC vet like Macy? That's the real test, and it's the matchup fans would already pay to see. Opinions are split. Some call Barber delusional, claiming Dakota would finish her inside 2 rounds. Others hype Barber as the only fighter crazy enough to derail Dakota's rise. The question remains, is Macy Barber really the one who can stop Dakota Diva's undefeated streak? Or is she just feeling the hype for the biggest beatdown of her career? One thing's for sure, this fight would be pure violence. So tell me, who wins, Macy the future Barber or Dakota effing Dicha? Drop your predictions in the comments. Smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe for more savage MMA breakdowns. This story is just getting started.
You just beat your ass in round 2, so shut up.
That wasn't a fan. That wasn't a troll. That was UFC veteran Jillian Robertson dropping the most savage warning we've ever heard to Valentina Shevchenko. Forget respectful fight talk. This was pure violence in a single sentence. And she's talking about Dakota Dicha, the undefeated Golden Girl of the PFL. The fighter who just dismantled Tail Santos and defeated Sumiko Inaba. Let's break it down. Did Robertson just predict the end of Valentina Shevchenko's reign in under 10 seconds, or is this pure delusion? She didn't just say Dakota would win. She said she would kill Valentina in 10 seconds. That's not analysis. That's a straight-up execution order. Dana White, you better be listening. Because if PFL's Golden Girl crosses over to UFC, this is the fight that could blow the roof off women's MMA. Dakota isn't just hype. She's unbeaten, a $1 million tournament winner, and her knockout over Tyler Santos at the PFL World Championships wasn't just another win. It was a statement. She dropped Santos with leg kicks, elbows, knees, and a body shot that finished the fight at 4:41 round 2. Then, As if the violence wasn't enough, she grabbed the mic and delivered the line of the year. A model just beat your ass, so shut up. That's how you blend violence with marketing. And that's why the MMA world can't get enough of her.
Not in the UFC yet, but look at Dakota Dicha. She is a scary striker. And she's an amazing athlete, right? But her mom was Muay Thai world champion. So she came up in this sport and has been doing it her whole entire life.
But hold up, Valentina Shevchenko isn't just a name. She's the Bullet. The former UFC flyweight queen is a striker. So technical, she's dismantled legends. Tyler Santos barely scraped past her in 2022, and that was with Valentina injured. So for Jillian Robertson to claim Dakota would end her in 10 seconds isn't just bold, it's downright disrespectful. Dana White has been chasing women's MMA megastars since Ronda Rousey. Amanda Nunes has retired. Valentina is nearing the end. Kayla Harrison's UFC debut is still fresh. And now here comes Dakota, a young, undefeated killer with supermodel looks, and Robertson is throwing gasoline on the fire by saying she'll butcher Valentina. You think Dana doesn't hear that? You think he isn't already seeing dollar signs? This isn't just a fight. It's UFC versus PFL, old guard versus new blood, Valentina versus Dakota. Is it the passing of the torch or the burning of it entirely? If Robertson is right, Dakota won't just beat Valentina. She'll erase her legacy in seconds. Fans are split. Some call Robertson's comments the most savage truth bomb in women's MMA history. Others say it's pure trash talk, claiming Valentina would pick Dakota apart like she's done to so many others. One thing's clear. Dakota's name is already living rent-free in the UFC's top tier, and she hasn't even signed a contract yet. So here's the million-dollar question. Do you believe Jillian Robertson? Will Dakota Diva really kill Valentina in 10 seconds? Or will Valentina remind the world why she's called the Bullet? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to hit subscribe. Because if this fight happens, it could be the most violent passing of the torch in women's MMA history.
Not in the UFC yet, but look at Dakota Dicha. She is a scary striker. And she's an amazing athlete, right? But her mom was Muay Thai world champion, so...
When UFC fans think of the most dangerous women in MMA, names like Valentina Shevchenko, Amanda Nunes, or Zhang Weili usually come to mind. But Juliana Killer Miller just threw a grenade into the conversation, calling Dakota effing Dicha the scariest problem in the sport right now. After you see why, you might agree, or you might think she's out of her mind.
TK or a KO, I will tell you the confidence that she's going to have now getting up is going to be unbelievable. And there it is.
Beautiful knee from the plum. And Michigan beckons Jenna Bishop back to her feet and goes immediately on the attack. Bishop in trouble. And that does it. First round finish at Dakota Dicha silent.
Miller didn't just throw out empty hype. She broke it down to Dakota's stance. Completely unorthodox and hypnotic. Dakota moves almost in slow motion until she explodes. Opponents think they're safe, then bam, a head kick to the right or a spinning back fist straight to the jaw. Miller compared Dakota's movement to a trap, lulling opponents into thinking she's passive before changing speeds in the blink of an eye. And it's not just her striking. Her takedown defense is rock solid. Juliana also highlighted something most people overlook, Dakota's ground game. She's not known as a grappler, but when she's on her back, her slick butterfly guard instantly creates space. Within seconds, she's back on her feet, and the nightmare continues. Here's where it gets really controversial. Dakota is still undefeated, but hasn't signed with the UFC yet. Miller's comments only added fuel to the fire for fans begging Dana White to bring her in. But here's the problem. If Dakota enters and dominates the UFC's top flyweights, what does that say about Alexa Grasso, Valentina Shevchenko, and the division as a whole?
The two people who are fighting for their belt, you could beat them right now. Alexa Grasso, Valentina Shevchenko.
Yeah, I think I could. Yeah, I definitely think I'd be up there.
Your skill set matches up perfectly with theirs. It's not like they're wrestlers or anything like that.
Juliana wasn't praising Dakota as a fan. She was issuing a warning. Dakota is a scary problem. The kind of fighter who can end your night with a single mistake. That's not hype. It's a direct threat to every woman holding a belt. If Dakota makes a UFC jump, the matchups write themselves. Alexa Grasso, Valentina Shevchenko, even Erin Blanchfield. The UFC women's flyweight division has been waiting for a shakeup, and Juliana Miller may have just given Dana White the perfect excuse to pull the trigger. So, what do you think? Is Juliana Miller right? Is Dakota Diva the scariest problem in MMA today? Or is this just hype until she proves it inside the UFC octagon? Because if Miller's right, every queen in the UFC is about to get dethroned.